Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It's lovely to see you all again. As always, it's been quite the uneventful few days here in the UK, guys. There's been nothing in the news really to speak about, no major incidents, no one being viciously beaten in the middle of the street, no one being butchered, no children being murdered, and no riots, that sort of a thing, for a whole 48 hours. Long may it continue, eh? But of course, if the last month and a half is anything to go by, that's a way for the fairies. As I said to you a couple of videos prior to this, I said it's not a case of if this is going to happen again, it's a case of when this is going to happen again. All we can do is basically sit here, white knuckle it, and see what sort of two-headed monster comes around the next corner and commits some sort of heinous crime. God knows who it's going to involve, God knows when it's going to happen. Like I say, all we can do is sit here like pillocks and wait for it to happen. So with that in mind, with nothing else really to talk about, I thought I'd just pump out a random chit chat video with you guys and ask you the question and talk to you about where we are heading as a country under a Keir Starmer led government, particularly this early into his job as Prime Minister. Now, first and foremost, a couple of days ago I gave you guys a community post about a man called Wayne O'Rourke, who was arrested and charged through inciting racial hatred, I think it was, and anti-establishment rhetoric, I think the other one was. Now, I've only just found out this afternoon that this is actually a bloke I've been following on Twitter for, the best part of 6 to 8 months. I know who this is. We pass pleasantries on a daily basis on there, say hello to each other, that sort of a thing. And I have noticed on his Twitter feed, he voices his displeasure, shall we say, for a certain religion within this country, and that has, it has contributed to him being arrested, shall we say. Now let me ask you, should we be worried about worries the wrong word. Should we be concerned about this, about when words start getting you arrested? I mean, this isn't just an isolated incident. There's been a couple of others. There's been some woman/man, I'm not quite sure what it is, getting arrested for a Facebook post about some mosque or something. A Facebook post. Didn't do any crime. This is a Facebook post. Said something. Because once we start going down the road of arresting people, slapping them in irons and throwing them in the back of a police car simply for thinking the wrong thing and saying the wrong thing, it's very China. It's very CCP. Very North Korea. Very Stasi, very old Soviet Union. I mean, you shouldn't be arrested for somebody else being offended by what you say. Let me give you a small example, right? Let's just say a man came up to you and said to you, your children are ugly. Now, you'd be furious, wouldn't you? You'd be incensed. Any parent would. But would you call the police on this person simply for him offending you? I mean, someone telling you your kids are ugly is probably one of the worst insults anyone can ever tell you. But I won't call the police. I'd deal with him. Don't get me wrong. I would deal with him because I'm the one he's offended. And I would, severely deal with him. But I wouldn't ring the police on the guy simply because he offended me. Now, the road we are going on, guys, is going to spell the end to life as we know it, really, particularly online. We are going to lose things such as GB News, Talk TV, people like me, ex-Army Paz, Reverend Simon Sideways, Rotten Politics, Dan Wootton, Lotus Eaters, all these people, if Keir Starmer gets his way, with the way he's going, that is, all these people will be gone, censored. You won't be allowed to have a dissident voice. You won't be allowed to say uncomfortable truths. Because if you do, you will have the Stasi police knocking at your door and arresting you and charging you and possibly throwing you in jail. Now, I can completely understand. I said concerned. I can understand how some people can be worried. I mean, some people could lose their jobs over this, and some people rely on their jobs to keep roofs over their families' heads. They rely on their jobs to feed their families, put food in their bellies, that sort of a thing. So you can understand how such fear tactics as these can shut a lot of people up. They don't want to lose their jobs. I'm quite lucky in that respect. The person I work for is much along the same lines as I am, politically. If anything, he's a bit worse than I am. So I'm lucky in that respect. But the people aren't so lucky. They don't want to lose their livelihood. So they just think, right, I'm just going to shut my mouth, cut off from social media, don't say a word. And that's a sad state of affairs. I've got to say to you, no, I can't really say that to you because I don't want you to lose your livelihoods. I'd like to say to you, don't let people dictate to you what you can and cannot say. If you've got something on your mind and you want to say it, generally, don't let anything stop you doing that. We have lost many lives over the course of the history of this island to have free speech and live as a free people within this island. We cannot let someone take that away from us. It'll be a waste of blood spilt and lives lost through countless hundreds of years. We cannot have it. But then again, like I say, I completely understand if you do shut up and you don't say anything because you don't want to lose your jobs and you don't want to lose your mortgages. It's a catch-22 situation, this is, guys. We're going down a very dark road, a very depressing road, and the only silver lining is I can see Keir Starmer and his government only being a one-term party. I can't see him or his government, or if he gets kicked out mid-term and Angela Rayner takes over, I can't see them being voted back in. Then again, I can't see Conservatives being voted back in either. Who? I mean, it could be Nigel. Give him a crack. I mean, fucking hell. Let's have a try at least. Bit of a change through hundreds of years of Tory Labour. It can't hurt, can it? Anyway, guys, that's enough waffle. I hope I've made a bit of sense. This is just straight off the cuff. I'm just basically chuntering on into the fucking camera. So yeah, if I've gone on a bit, then I do apologise. But yeah, do let me know what you think in comments. Keep it as clean as you possibly can, guys, please, because I'm on thin ice on here as it is. And yeah, I'll get into trouble otherwise. So yeah, keep stum as much as you can. Do it in code word if need be. Anyway, do let me know what you think in comments, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Cheers.